Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Top Tier Talk. It was Friday the 13th, but none of our teams lost. Elliot's Arsenal coming out 1-0 victorious in the North London derby. Amir's Chelsea just about scraping a 1-0 against Bournemouth. Referee decisions questionable. And Chavez, early kickoff, 3-0 Man United against Southampton. Take it away.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so for the first 25 minutes, which I've forgotten, and I think the entire United fan base has forgotten, we got completely played out the park by Southampton possession-wise, just in every aspect, physically, on the ball, technically. But then they had a penalty, and the penalty actually changed the game. Instead of putting on a penalty taker in Brereton Diaz, who's never missed one in his career, they put up someone else. I forget who has quite a bad penalty. In fact, the guy they put up has never taken a penalty professionally. He missed. Onana saved it, and from that point on, we were just all over them. Maybe that's the thing we needed this season, something to go our way, because a lot of our players are confident, like confidence merchants. But with the ball at our feet, we were very good in that game. There was patterns of play. Kobe Manu was a bit overrun because Ericsson obviously has issues off the ball. There was a give or take there. Ugarte came on, looked good. Xerxes was brilliant in the link-up play that he provides. Ahmad is our best forward this year, it seems. It's finally his time. We've literally prayed for times like this that are happening right now. Ahmad is finally untouchable at right wing. He's top of every metric at the club in terms of attacking wise, chance creating, everything. Garnacho, incredibly good off the bench. It seems like this is his season. He seems inevitable. Rashford did well. He was much better in that game. I think it was just positive all around. Xerxes just needs to be a bit more clinical, which will come with more game time. And yeah, I literally have nothing to complain about. I thought the defense was outstanding. The people wrote De Ligt off on the before the Netherlands game. He was very good in that game. And
Well,
the
Dilly
comment
got
even
sent one or two times though.
he did. He got sent by Carl
That
Walker-Peters
happens,
once,
sorry.
but after that, he was brilliant. Yeah, that just happens. I think that even today there was a comment from the Bayern manager or owner. He said that they chose to sell De Ligt because Upamecano and Kim and Jay can play higher. But I don't see that. I think De Ligt's not that slow. He made him sound a bit like Maguire or something. I don't think he's like that. And Martinez was back to his best. And yeah, we're just one or two players coming back from having a perfect team. But even with that, when we do what we need to do, we did well.
I
Chavez,
think, I
quick
think
question. So, with the likes of Rasmus Højlund out and Xerxes shining, let's say for example they both come back, and who are you starting?
It's a brilliant headache to have. I absolutely love that question. Thank you for asking that because there was a time when we didn't have anything. This is great because both are different profiles. It's not like they're the same profile. When you've got a game against the big six or teams in which you concede possession, then you've got to be playing Rasmus Højlund. He in the channels, off the ball, he's a warrior. When you majority of games will be against teams that maybe will be a lower block than Man United or will push back a bit. Xerxes perfect in a game like that. He's on the ball, he's very good. And maybe Højlund won't be needed and he could be better off the bench vice versa. The fact that they're both two different profiles, if one doesn't work out in a game, the other comes in. And what I like is there's consequences now for every single one of these players. If Rashford hopefully plays shit in the next game, you take him out, you put Garnacho in. If Xerxes plays shit, you put Højlund in. And if Ahmad plays shit, you've got Anthony waiting, who's probably going to do damage to Barnsley today. Apparently, he's raring to go, which he should be. He's £100 million and he's not getting a second in the Premier League right now. Each player is now, there's a consequence right there for them. Maybe Bruno's the only untouchable in the team because I think he gets depressed if he's not playing football. So you keep him in all the time. But everyone else, if they play badly and everyone's fit, we've got an option to replace them just like that.
I think that's what I was just going to touch on, obviously. Your starts of the season, obviously, ignoring the Community Shield. Obviously, you beat Fulham 1-0, which was sort of all agreed could have gone either way. That was a fairly open game. Obviously, lost 2-1 to Brighton, 3-0 to Liverpool, and then obviously winning against Southampton. Do you see this sort of like a turn? As you said, you were happy with the performance, you had no complaints. As you said, it could have been a different game. Was it Dallo that gave away the penalty? Was it?
Yeah, Dallo had a
That was
poor
it was
first
it was
half.
it was
Poor
poor.
game.
It was like stupid decisions like that. Again, I'm not. It could have been a completely different game of Southampton to go and 1-0 up, but obviously you got your Barnsley, who, no offense, you should be beating tonight, and then obviously Europe starting and so on.
Yeah.
Changing your season maybe, or do you reckon it would take a little while
Dan,
to
I
sort of
think we
level out?
have because there's a lot of metrics we're doing well on. The one I love the most is you know how the biggest problem last season. I'll ask you, maybe you remember. What was the biggest problem with Man United
Shots
last
on
season?
target.
Yeah, and not against us,
Well,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
we can see. I guess which goalkeeper has saved the least in the league this season has faced the less
I'm gonna
shots.
say Onana.
It's a, no,
Hello?
no, yeah, that's extraordinary. That's like going from the worst to the best. So that in itself is great. And the chance created, we've missed the most big chances in the league when Man City exist. Man City are always top of that. Haaland misses quite a few because they're a chance creating machine. So there are definitely signs, especially on the ball and defensively, we have more structure. I think Ugarte coming in, Manu's been very quiet this season. He's had to do a lot of running so far in the first 3 games. Ugarte comes in, Manu has a bit of stress off of him, and he can actually express himself a bit, but he's had to do a bit of a different job so far.
How was Agate coming on with the cameo? What did you think of what you saw?
Yeah, I mean, he gets about. He's quite good defensively. He reads situations quite well. His passing, I don't know. I don't know if he needs to have the incredible passing range, which people say he doesn't have. Maybe we have other players who can do that. I think we need players who chill out a bit because Bruno is there to do hoofball when needed. Rashford's there. I think we kind of need players that control the game better. And Agate was good defensively. He looked good, and he's a good runner because that's something we need on the biggest problem with us was on the transition defensively. We get caught out so much. So having a player like him will hopefully let us off a bit because Casemiro decides in this situation what he needs to do is just go in, lunge in because he doesn't trust himself to run back and match the pace of whoever's attacking him. So he just lunges in because that's his way of fixing that problem. It doesn't work out every time. Yeah, he gets caught out quite a lot. He's not the same as he used to be. So having someone like Ugarte in is perfect.
I think that brings us to the end of United. As you said, there was no real major complaints. There's no real drama going on at your club this week for the first time in probably 30 episodes. So
yeah, Dan, forget about today's game, but for example, the next game. If we were to lose the next game, then it's the back to the same old crap, isn't it? This is what happened last season. We'd have a game which was somewhat. Yeah, and now if we could, you understand, if a 2-0 win against Palace would be so different from what happened last season. We never had that.
Palace, you got torn apart. 4-0.
I'm saying if we beat them, we got torn apart at the stadium. Yeah. If we have a comfortable, good performance, I mean, we had 4 good performances last season. We dug out a lot of results. If we have a good performance and get a result, that's rare to do it 2 in a row. And it will show, it will prove. And we have the squad to do it. It's up to them to do it now.
Let's moving on to you, Amit, with Chelsea, record holders. The most yellow cards in a game, in a Premier League game with 14. Are you putting that down to the referee? Are you putting it down to it being a game? And I'm pretty sure I saw you. Both teams got charged as well for conduct.
Yeah.
What happened that game?
I put it down to passion, mate. I put it down to passion. Not gonna lie to you, it wasn't a great watch. I thought we were very fortunate not to concede, especially in the first half. Bournemouth had a lot of chances. I was expecting another Robert Sanchez hate watch, but he did come out with a penalty save and did prove me wrong, so I can't really hate on him this week.
After giving it away, mind, it wasn't very nearly a hate watch. He did give away the penalty.
He did give away, but he did redeem himself and he got a clean sheet. Jadon Sancho is going to be the main topic point. I mean, what a debut. I mean, look what happens when a player leaves a toxic environment with a manager who just hates on him and joins a club which is very Zen mode. I mean, everyone loves everyone, everyone's having fun.
Does everyone know everyone?
I was going to say, there's a lot of people about Chelsea, a lot of people.
But it's just a good environment. And then this is what happens. Players start shining. He shined at Dortmund second half of the season. He's going to shine at Chelsea. We're going to probably buy him for 20 million release clause, whatever it is, the obligation to buy. And United are going to have red paint on their face again. This is what I love. And what a performance. Got the assist as well. What a cameo. What a cameo. And I can't wait to see more of Jadon Sancho at Chelsea. He's a Chelsea.
Top tip for you this week to everyone that's watching this: Sancho in your FPL team, yes or no?
He's not in my FPL team, but I think he should be in my FPL team.
So there you go. All right, then put him in.
Yeah,
I'll wait to see how
many. Put your money where your mouth is.
I'm still trying to win. Not gonna lie, we're probably going to lose to West Ham this week based on our record away, so I don't know if I want to do that. But Nkunku as well. Nkunku coming out with a goal. I mean, look at the quality we've got on the bench. And Nkunku's not coming off the bench and scoring the winner.
I was seeing some Chelsea fans say they don't see Jackson doing that. What Nkunku did. Jackson producing a moment out of nothing like that.
Yeah, Jackson does have his moments as well. I think he can do it, but it's with time. Everything's with time. And he's still 21. He's signed another 2 million year extension as well, isn't he? He's going into 2033 now or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was huge.
It was like the most stupidest contract extension in the world or something like that I got.
Yeah.
But no, it just shows the quality we've got. I mean, obviously we've been a bit inconsistent, but I honestly think it'll be more of a positive season this year. I mean, Disasi right back, a joke. Bad issue. We've made a lot of bad decisions, a lot of poor players we need to get rid of, and then poor Trevor Chalobah, who was good enough and who was worthy enough to play for Chelsea this season and probably start ahead of them, or is at Crystal Palace, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest.
Amir, I've got a question. So obviously, I know you said the likes of Jadon Sancho, Christian Nkunku got quality on the bench and in the starting 11 as well. But as you mentioned at the start of your intro, you mentioned how Bournemouth had a fair few chances against you as well. It seems to be as long as you can keep the ball away from your attack, it seems to be Chelsea are quite easy to break down. Or am I
That's
wrong in
that's the
saying that?
thing that's going to be with us because of all the attacking options we've got. We're not going to be keeping a lot of clean sheets, especially with that erratic goalkeeper we've got as well. It's going to be more of a outscoring opponents, I think, than rather than 1-0s, the 2-0s, what we do under Mourinho, which we nearly went invincible as well. It's going to be outscoring the other team, and I kind of knew that from the start of the season. I mean, the Wolves game, for example, like ridiculous number of goals we conceded, but we ended up outscoring and winning like 6-3, and everyone was happy.
Mm.
So
Fair enough.
yeah,
I mean, I was going to ask about. It's annoying because he doesn't even play football at the moment, but we keep talking about him. Reece James. His injury was described as minor. Yeah, he's not really back.
Injured
He's
again.
not back. Or is it a new injury? Like, what's going on?
The
I
Reece
saw-
James situation is one that's I probably would get a lot of hate from Chelsea fans because they're
Just
low.
say it.
Like I would if Real Madrid came in for 80, 90 million, I'd sell him.
Yeah.
I'll drive him to Madrid myself personally. He can come in my Audi, he can go. But the issue and it's
They're not going to do that for an
It's
injury
not because
for
I
a
don't
player.
like him, it's because he's too inconsistent. He's such a fantastic player, but the fact that this hamstring, and there's always hamstring with him and all these niggles and stuff, it's like, how much more do Chelsea fans have to wait to watch him? It's like,
I saw a caption tweet and it was like, if he was a horse or a dog, he would have been put down by now. Like this many injuries,
it's a bit harsh, yeah.
What the
And
hell?
like this
Bloody
many,
hell.
this
Yeah,
this
Malo
many
Gusto
consistent
probably isn't.
injuries.
And Malo Gusto probably, well, he isn't as good as Reece James, but he does more than enough to be a substitute.
Yeah, he's good.
He's better
Everyone's
because you
happy
can
with
actually
him.
play him.
Exactly. And same with that. I mean, I'm gonna shout out that Viega guy. I think he came in left back, proper Chelsea as well, coming in at left back as well. Definitely better than Chilwell. Another player that probably will be getting sold. Who's back in the squad now? Do you know what I mean? It's like got a lot of selling to still do.
What's going to happen next game now that Nkunku came off? Would he start? Would Jackson get
I
dropped?
think
How does it work?
I think he should start. To be honest, and we've got João Felix as well. So many players we've got.
Yeah, but you're right. You look very surprised when you said that. Like you seemed surprised when you said as a Chelsea fan you had a lot of players.
Because I can't fathom João Felix not being a starting 11. Then I'm trying to think at the same time, Nkunku on the bench.
Thing is you've actually got, I'd say, 7, 8 attackers who are,
That probably
I'd
would
say, name
start
starters. Yeah.
that would start in every single Premier League team.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Maybe not every single one, but
Oh yeah, why
majority.
not? Who would they not start for? Nkunku would start for every Prem team.
Not Arsenal,
Not
not City,
not
not
Man United.
Liverpool.
Over Martinelli, for example.
Well, on the left, you playing Cuckoo on the left, do you?
I'd play him anywhere. I'd shoehorn him anywhere better than Martinelli.
Yeah, but that's unfair. That's just unfair.
Okay.
About Martinelli.
If you ignore the top two, I'd probably say, and then
No, why would you ignore
borderline Liverpool and United, Felix, Neto, Sancho, Mudryk ain't getting into it.
I love Neto,
Right,
to be fair. I
Everton.
think he's a great player.
Madueke, Palmer,
would start on the
Jackson.
left ahead of Martinelli.
Yeah, agreed. I agree.
Sancho would probably start ahead of Martinelli.
No.
Yes,
No,
he
that's what I'm
would.
saying. Like the
No,
majority of
absolutely.
them.
He would. Why
No.
wouldn't he?
Neto could. I agree. He's a
Why?
great player.
Why?
I mean,
Why?
you're going to see
That's
why. You're going to see the issue with Sancho. It's perfect runner. First game does well. Back in London, back home, back
Why
at
don't
his
you play him
childhood
back at
club.
Dortmund?
Next game, when it matters, to show some consistency, 2 in a row. He ain't going to do it. I know this sounds like top tier hating, but I accept that.
At Man United. Why?
Generational hating.
Because
I
Man
mean,
United.
he's not got any consistency to his name.
What
It's not
about
like he had
Dortmund?
0
Even
good
in the Champions
performances.
League final, he was really good.
Well, why didn't Dortmund get him?
Sancho Watford hero.
Getting back down the pick.
I don't understand. He didn't work out, you guys. Your manager obviously had some major issues with him. Whatever. Watch him. I don't think
All
you
right,
can
we will. We'll watch him against
sign
West
other
Ham.
clubs if you guys lose out. Because you guys are going to lose out.
Okay, let's see Sancho do two in a row.
We would do 2 in a row. Watch him do 10 in a row. There's no 007 watch either anymore.
That's gone for everyone, by the way.
Gone,
Xerxes,
gone.
Ahmad, Garnacho, like everyone this year.
There's got to be one.
Martinelli? Yeah, there's probably
Mudryk.
Martinelli back again this season.
Yeah, that's the M's. Mudryk and
But new
Martinelli.
signings, there's no 007s, I don't think.
But this is another one from
There's,
Madrid.
there's probably a few 007s for Chelsea. I mean, they signed about 50 players.
On who?
Nah, but like attackers.
Who?
Felix,
João
he scored.
Felix scored against Wolves. And Cuckoo scored.
Mudryk.
Neto? Has Neto like got a goal
No,
or
that's
assist?
got
He got the
assist.
assist for Felix.
Lucky bastard.
But Elliot, moving on to you, there was a little game on Sunday. I don't know if you paid much attention.
A little
to that.
game.
Yeah, just a little game on Sunday.
Absolutely, yes. Come on, the fucking boys. 1-0 against the Spuds. Love to see it. So, what can I say? To be fair, Chavez, I think we predicted this last week when we said this trio of games that's coming up is going to be probably the toughest games that we play up until if we progress to the Champions League, and then it could get harder. Blah. We'll never know. But this is the trio of games that we need to kind of solidify our chances in, probably in everyone else's eyes as well, that we probably are going to be fighting for the top position. But onto the game, I guess the thing is, I think obviously everyone was saying, "Oh, we were out Odegaard, we were out Rice, we're going to lose, we're going to capitulate," but we didn't. We actually held our own. I think we had a great game. Everyone, I think our back four. Timber had a fantastic game. I'm not sure if anyone watched it. He was an absolute rock at left back. He kept Pedro Porro, because I remember he kept trying to like overtake. He kept trying to keep him quiet. I know everyone's going to question about the red card. It's not a red card, but anyway, Gabriel Saliba, absolute Rolls Royces of centre backs, and then Ben White doing his Ben White classic. I had no faults, and I don't think I'll have a fault with the defence for a very, very long time. Midfield, obviously, Jorginho had big boots to fill. You know, playing at the position. Obviously, his first game in the Premier League, first start, should I say, and it's against Spuds away, is obviously going to be a tough game. But he done well. Partey, good game. And Martinelli, as I say, I keep saying this every week. What's wrong with him? I'm not going to hate on him though, because obviously he has his shining moments, and I'm hoping he can find his form again. I love Martinelli deep down, you guys know, but I don't know. The cameo that Sterling came on as well. I think Sterling had a really good 45 minutes. Or was it 45 minutes or
I
20
saw the
minutes?
comment.
It was about about
Someone
20
put a
minutes.
minutes.
comment what pass the ball already. It's like every fan's already clocked on that this guy doesn't pass the ball. You're gonna have a frustrating
To
season.
be
with
fair, when he
Sterling.
got the ball, he had a good dribble towards goal, and it kind of looked very, very deadly.
half-
Like,
He
didn't,
lost.
he
He
didn't have
lost
to
the
pass it.
ball.
He
And my
didn't, yeah,
first
but it did
thought-
look good.
My first thought was if Spurs score here, his Arsenal career is over. Literally 10 minutes in.
But yeah, no, I thought he had a good cameo. To be fair, he did track back and defend, which obviously is what needed for our team. Who else came on? Jesus was good. Havertz was always good.
Ranieri came on as well.
Exactly, yeah. Well, like, everyone who played done well. Like we didn't capitulate like everyone thought we would, because we lost our star man captain, which is very good, by the way, which is absolutely fantastic, because I think he's out now until like early October. I think I could be wrong, but it gives us confidence and a boost going into the first Champions League game away, Atalanta, because you know, winning the North London derby, it's like easy now. It's like cheese and toast. It goes together. North London is red, but as you said, Chavez, we're going back to it. Atalanta is going to be a tough one, because am I right in saying they won the Europa League last year?
They did.
So they obviously have something to play for, to try and boost their popularity, to try and say we're up for it and we can try and go for it. And it's obviously in their turf, so it's going to be a tough game. And then straight away on that Sunday at 4:30 is the big one. Man City away. Odegaard out, so we'll have to see how that lines up. We might have to do that 4-4-2 like we did on the weekend again against Spurs. I think that worked pretty well. I'm not sure if you boys think so as well. Martinelli left mid, Saka right mid, and then just put Havertz and Trossard up top. I think that worked pretty well. But yeah, it's an important week this next week. So obviously, the next podcast that we do, you'll obviously see me gleaming with bright,
Or in tears.
no, not necessarily in tears though, because it's a tough little route of games. You know, like obviously everyone was thinking Spurs would be a tough game. Thankfully,
I'm sure
they're
you'd
still
rather
shocking.
lose to Atalanta or beat City.
Yeah, absolutely.
The UCL, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Dan, you're asking an Arsenal fan if they care about competitions aside from the Premier League. They don't.
Just
That's not true.
just off the top of my head, obviously, last week I asked you to do a combined 11 for Arsenal Spurs pre-game. What's your now Arsenal Spurs combined 11 based on that 90 minutes of football?
Back five.
What did we say, Dan? What did we have any Tottenham players in?
We had Son in.
Son.
It was Son.
Did we
Yeah,
have Romero in as well?
Son,
We had
Romero,
or
and
someone.
Porro.
Romero doesn't get in then.
Why would we have not put Romero in?
There's no way Romero
it was
was in. I
Porro.
don't
It
think.
was
No,
Porro
I don't
and
think
Son.
Porro.
I think we put Pedro Porro in.
Yeah.
No, Ben White gets in.
Ben White gets in.
That's
So-
the only change.
So are
Son
you
still
saying
stays.
Back
It's
five
now-
is Arsenal. Middle three is Arsenal, and the only player that gets in is Heung-min Son at left wing.
Well, whilst we're here, let's do a Man City Arsenal combined 11 for Sunday's game.
Okay, let's do it. In goal,
Perfect.
David Raya.
I back it.
Yeah.
I stand firm on that. I stand firm on that.
Right back.
It's got to be.
Right
It's got to be Ben White.
Ben White.
Currently, it's got to be Ben White.
Sure.
Currently, we're going off current form.
Yeah,
This is like, yeah. Okay.
Centre backs.
Elliot wants
It's
to
gotta
say
be.
it, and I'd agree with him.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd agree with him.
It
I agree
sounds
as
so
well.
bad.
Best
Saliba and
partnership in the
Gabriel.
league. Best partnership in the league, I agree.
Timber left back.
Left back, I put Guardiola.
I was going to put Guardiola, yeah.
Guardiola.
Yeah.
I'm happy either way. They're both quality.
DM Rodri.
But this is the thing, Rodri hasn't
Yep.
really played, has he? He hasn't played since he come back from the
You
Euros.
go in a form. He's come on for 45 minutes. You can't slap him in.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
you
if you
can't.
can, it's up to you.
He just won the Euros as well. That wasn't long ago.
It's up to
Well,
you.
okay. But should
Alright,
we
yeah,
even it
I
out?
know everyone in the comments
Because
is like,
there's
these guys
no-
don't have ball knowledge if we
There's
don't include
no
him, so-
Odegaard, so why don't we put Rodri and Rice?
Yeah, Rodri.
Rodri,
Rice.
Rice, De Bruyne in midfield.
Yeah.
What about
Gotta be,
Gundo?
that's fine.
Is Gundo not getting?
He hasn't played,
No.
has he?
Not
And
yet.
then we're doing Saka on the right, Haaland through the middle, Mr.
Saka,
9 goals.
Haaland.
Savinho, is he
So-
good? Is it Savinho?
He's been quite staggered though, his game time, has he not?
Yeah.
I'm
Who's
quite positive?
No, just put Philip in left wing.
Foden.
Yeah, if you
He
deep
hasn't
it,
played.
say
It's
you
the
ha-
game
he
time
hasn't
though,
been-
isn't it?
Yeah, he's barely played either.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not putting Martinelli in. It's Foden.
No,
It's
but I
Foden.
agree.
Foden.
No, I agree.
Trossard.
Yeah,
Trossard. Yeah.
has he played
I
much
stick-
though?
Yes, he has. He's been great for us. He's been very
Yeah.
integral to our team, actually.
Yeah, I think he's been better than if it's based on this season. He's
If it's
been
based-
better.
yeah.
than-
Based on this season, this is what I'm saying. So, who I want to just in case, obviously, all the watchers get a bit pissed off over everything. Who we got? Doku, Grealish, Foden's barely played.
Martinelli.
That's it.
Trossard.
And then there's.
They're gonna be
Sergio
like
as well.
shoehorn Bernardo Silva. I'm not doing that.
Oh,
But
that's
Trossard-
a good point. That's a good point. Now. I would do that. Shoehorn Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, but I'm
definitely.
putting Trossard. I'm sticking.
No.
to
I'm
Bernardo.
going Bernardo, definitely.
Yeah,
I'll
thanks
go
for that
Bernardo
suggestion.
argument.
Gave you a partnership.
Why did you say that?
Stop being greedy. I gave you.
No,
A lot.
I respect him. He's a good player.
Right, that means you're favourites. You've got more players in, so we'll see if
So
you
if
can
we
win.
lose, then you bottle the league.
Yeah.
But,
I was
right,
going to make a quick point on the league itself. I think I personally, as a United fan, I'm just looking at Arsenal. I think Arsenal are our biggest threat because Man City, Haaland could score 190 goals this season. If what needs to happen in January happens, that team that comes second is going to win the Premier League this season. So Arsenal are the biggest threat right now to the rest of us, and we all have a chance. I mean, you, Chelsea, Arnie Slot, Man United, Ange, all of us like Tottenham, we all have a chance if we put it together a bit because Man City do not count. I want City to win 7-0 every game. So then they understand that despite all of that, they don't win the league.
The thing is I'm actually pretty excited for this game on Sunday as well because I think I agree with Alan Shearer of what he said. I think the back four that Arsenal currently have is the best back four in the Premier League right now as we speak, and it'll be
Well,
a good
fucking
game.
hard, isn't it?
Huh?
It's not that hard.
what about Liverpool?
What do you mean it's not hard?
No,
Give us a
I
bit of
don't
credit
think-
here. Just what I'm saying
they've
is
only
Man
conceded one
City,
goal
Man
this
City
season.
are coming to our
I
home
mean,
turf.
for recent Premier League eras, I don't think that's the major achievement. I mean, like, do you remember the Rios, the John Terry?
What I'm saying is
Carragher's and
this
all
game
that,
is going to
like-
be interesting because you've got the goal scoring machine Haaland and you've got Rodri now playing, De Bruyne now playing, and then they're up against in my opinion, I'm confident with my back four, so it's going to be tough for them. Is what
Right,
I'm saying.
Elliot, spit it out. Score prediction.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Without thinking about it too much.
2-0 Arsenal.
Terrible shot. I'm going 1-0 City.
You're forgetting it's at the Emirates.
I love a 0-0. I'm going for a 0-0. It wouldn't
It's
be
at
a
the
prediction
Emirates.
without me.
There we go.
Do you know
boring
what?
bad.
If
There
Arsenal
you
could
go.
pull off a clean sheet at their stadium, that's extraordinary. But I think City will get one, so it'll be 1-0. But I still think nothing has changed. By the way, from my prediction, I think United will still win the league.
Come back to this
Arsenal
video.
are our biggest threat.
United to win the league.
Come back to
Arsenal
this
are our
video.
biggest threat.
2-0
City don't count.
Arsenal this weekend. Watch.
Arsenal, United would have won the league if they kept Sancho.
I mean, there's no major games in Europe, is there? Either like
No,
to
we should talk about Tottenham, Dan. We should talk about Ange losing the plot and
Oh,
how
yeah.
he.
If they lose their next 2 games, he's gone.
Thing is,
Nah.
he's quite stupid. He's not playing. I
You
think
don't
he's
think?
trying to stay stern with the fact that when someone asked him about the North London derby, he basically, in different words, said he didn't care. You can't say that to your fans. Your fans want to be upbeat to trying to beat your rivals, and if you just say it's another match, if my players don't treat it like another match, then I'm going to be disappointed in them.
Yeah, but he's playing the
say that.
atmosphere, though, isn't he? But you know exactly what he's doing there.
He's just trying to say that every match is a winning
I know,
match.
but you can't. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying is you can't say that to
Yeah,
your
but
fans.
if your
because
fans are getting
obviously
annoyed
are
by
like
that, and they are Spurs fans, they are.
They are
idiots.
Spurs fans, though.
If
so
they're
you have to
if they're
take
getting
it.
upset by that, they're idiots. They're gonna know
Yeah, but
that.
they are idiots, so you have to.
But
go by
it's
that.
like imagine if you like Arteta, for example, turned around, or one of your players probably turned around in the last sort of week, 2 weeks, and went, got to take each game at a time, because you've got Spurs and you've got obviously UCL and then you've got City. You can't look 3 games ahead. You have to take it 1 game at a time.
Yeah, I
Are
agree.
you
But
going to
then
sit there and go, Oh well, no, you have to think about Man City because you're not, are you? He's
Yes,
essentially
because
gone.
okay, Dan. Let's say for example, we've got Bolton the following Thursday after Man City. Are we going to treat that game the exact same? No, we're going to play like Lewis Skelly. We're going to play
No,
in
but in terms of you can only take one game at a time. You can't play two games.
I know
at
what you
once.
mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
One game
there's-
at a time. But I'm
yeah.
saying is there's still food for thought where you play like a bigger opponent.
Oh, but no, 100%. He's not sitting there and not looking ahead. Like he's not sitting in his
Yeah,
office
that's what I'm
and going,
saying. Is yeah,
"I've got one game. That's it." He's just.
yeah.
I
You know,
know.
I was looking. If you look at that Spurs team, what have they actually invested? Like their star man,
I
who's
know.
their like extremely star man, is Son, who's
Son.
32, and they need
Brennan
something
Johnson.
else. They're missing something extraordinary in there. They don't have it. They lost Kane, and Solanke's the replacement. I don't get that either. I think they could have signed. There was a better striker out there. Was it Tony? Maybe they could have offered for Tony. I think Tony's a
That's
bit
a
more
shout.
of an
Did you
X
see-
factor.
Did you see Mahrez take Tony's penalty off him, or not take it off him and then miss? Mahrez is allergic to scoring
Why did
penalties.
you see Benzema's hat trick though?
Need to watch the
Ooh.
Saudi League more.
Yeah.
Benzema scoring goals and Mahrez missing penalties. Just,
I mean,
it's
their only
Europe
exciting thing
2019.
is Archie Gray. They cry about him. He's a right back.
wasn't even in the
Timo
squad.
Werner was shit when he came off the bench. I just hated it every time he got the ball. He didn't look like he was going to do anything. They don't have anything. They don't. Odegaard, first time I saw him play, he's 19. He's young. He's got a long way to go to before being that good. It's just a mess. I don't know. It's just another season.
I thought Solanke's signing was just weird. I mean, it's just it's a bit. To be honest, I'm not. He had a good season, but I think it's a bit of a backward step.
Yeah, if you sign Solanke, I still think you sign a Tony to have two. You have to have two Solankes if you want to make up for Kane.
They could have
One,
signed.
just
They could have signed João Pedro the summer before for 32 million. That's all I'm saying.
Shut up, Dan.
That's
needed
probably
to
a
do
better
something
shout than
big.
60 plus or no. He's not. It's not a bad shout compared to 60 whatever for Solanke's.
Yeah, why can't Tottenham go for Osimhen? Why were they never linked? What is wrong with this club?
Why
I
didn't
don't-
Chelsea go for
What
us?
you said, Xerxes?
Chelsea agreed it too.
Yeah,
Chelsea signed
I don't know.
strikers.
Why don't Spurs go for Rajovic, Dan?
He's gone back to Denmark. Bless him.
This is
the
crazy.
Spurs in a European competition, right? Yeah, they're in the Europa
Yeah.
League, so their
Yeah, do
squad.
you remember
they
they purposely lost Champions League to go spy us?
they don't have a squad for
Purpose
anything.
is Champions League.
That's Son.
Do you remember
To be
last
fair,
season?
that's Son miss. He scores that every day and twice
9
on
out of 10.
Sundays, and he just missed it straight at all.
I'm telling you, they wanted Europa League over us winning. So
Mad.
That
that's why
brings
we
us to
smoked them
the
again.
end of the episode, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
we will be returning next week after the
Arsenal win both
the,
games.
The title has been decided, and Chavez has probably I don't know, gone back downhill again. It's Man United.
Wait, ask him who Chelsea are playing in the conference.
Oh, they got that.
Watch, it's going to be.
got that. Yeah, go on, man.
Hold on. It's going to be something really strange.
Chelsea.
Amir doesn't even know.
I packed the copper logo or something.
I'm actually going to have a look.
Unless they're not.
Oh, no,
Let's
it's
just
Ghent.
thank Cam.
It's
Ghent.
Ghent.
Yeah,
Okay,
look,
that's-
I know, trying to get all like, oh yeah, who have we got?
You're playing
That's
Noah
you-
in
you
round
are
3. You're playing Noah.
Oh, right, no, man, Noah's sick, man. I support Noah as well.
Never
Yeah.
doubt.
Let's just keep this in mind for next
Noah's
week.
Ark.
Every time I've watched Chelsea West Ham play at the London Stadium, Chelsea have never won.
So what you're
Your
saying
curse.
is you're
And I
the
think
one that's at fault here.
I 100% think it's me. Watch, we're not going to win this weekend.
And it's a half-12 kickoff. Never back the early kickoff.
Exactly, 12:30 kickoff. My birthday bloody game as well. So watch.
And West Ham have a good squad.
Exactly, watch. I promise you we won't win, and we'll come back on Monday.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka's going to score a screen.
Yeah, and will Jadon Sancho pass that Aaron Wan-Bissaka test? I believe he won't. He just
This
won't.
guy's always
That's a
back to
shout.
United somehow. Why is everything United linked? Go away.
Thank you very much for watching, and until next week, goodbye.